parked the trailer like this when I went inside, and somehow I don't like it. Too much weight, I think, you know, on the trailer. So this is Flying J in Fort Erie, where I was last time here. I spent like, what, over a week. So we're just gonna drop the suspension in the back, and my truck suspension is down. That's what I was trying to achieve, to reduce the weight on the truck. Something is going on with this trailer recently, I'm telling you. Probably those, what do you call them? That switch is probably rusted. I had this problem before because there seems to be lots of pressure. I'm just gonna put it on the ground. Just before, sometimes when I do this, the gooseneck starts hitting the fenders, you know. All right. So now I hope it's not gonna. Oh, I think it went good. Yeah, I see this is much better. Oh, now that's good. So the gooseneck started moving like that. So now there's no pressure. We still have this. I like it better. Okay. Happy enough. Push the clutch. PT off. And I posted some comments. Yeah, I see now it sits like this on those inside rails, but also on the outside. So this way I think it's better for the trailer, and there's still no load on the truck, so which is good. But I posted a few comments about this, if you guys remember. I don't know, did I mention this? So I removed those wiper seals altogether. I cleaned up the cylinders a little bit, and I got a quote from a Fontaine dealer, and basically they're saying you might need new cylinders. And they're saying that because of course these wiper seals that you no longer see, the reason they came out is because somehow the rod became overstretched, overloaded. It flexed and it hit the bottom of that opening in the cylinder, because that's where the seal was, right? And if you remember, that happened when I tried to lift the when I had the John Deere 450D, because again I was trying to save my fenders, right? When backing, see, that's what it does. It just hits it, brand new fenders, but there's nothing I can do. So I gotta raise the gooseneck when backing with a heavy load. And so that's what I did with that 450, but I just, for some reason, I decided to go to the highest position, which is this. And Fontaine doesn't tell you this. It's only after, you know, analyzing this, I came to the conclusion that, see, now I have this, right? I have this 23-inch gooseneck extension. So now instead of 102, 102-inch swing radius, I have 125, you know. And so when you raise the rear to position 5, I think it raises now, it raises higher when you have a flip box. And by the way, that's the switch I was talking about. See, like these get rusted and all this stuff flies from the wheels in here. I don't know why they don't cover them with something. And I had this issue on the previous trailer, like that, this valve stopped working, you know, like fully, like it doesn't have the full movement. And this is controls, of course, the, you know, your hydraulic, you know. And that's why sometimes I pull it and I see the cylinders retract and extract like very, very slowly. Then I touch it again and it starts moving. It's like amazing. The trailer less than 2 years old and it's already falling apart. But anyway, what I was saying is that I think that's what caused the overload on the cylinders because of the flip neck extension, right? And so they hit the bottom, right? And they drag those wiper seals out. And so the price for the new ones is not too bad, but I don't want to just spend money on new ones and then this happens again. So I want to talk to Fontaine or a qualified PTO shop, you know, and ask them how I can prevent this in the future, you know. So maybe I need bigger cylinders or something, but there's nothing in the manual about not using the flip box with position 5. So I didn't break any rules. I don't know what's happening, but for some reason the cylinders didn't like it when I tried to lift the neck to position 5 with a heavy load. So the plan now is, when I come back from New York, I want to talk to a PTO shop, hydraulic shop I found in Cambridge about this. See if they can give me some recommendations. Because I don't care about the brand of the cylinders, right? Like these are, they work, they don't leak. But maybe there's another type of a cylinder, like somebody suggested in comments on the previous video. Maybe it's a bit stronger, I don't know. But something doesn't work, you know. And this is a 55-ton trailer, right? It shouldn't have a problem with a 90,000 pound load. Anyway, see, the tracks are all dirty and the customer says it was power washed. What are you talking about? I told him I'll take care of it. The guy says it was power washed. Oh, really? What kind of power wash is that? I can tell you that That's not what US Customs would call a power wash, you know? And there was a bunch of rocks in here, like dirt. You know, I removed them. Like, it does seem like they did some cleaning, but I'm pretty sure they just used the shovels, you know? Because I saw them do that in front of me. And that guy, I was looking at his rig. So he has a 2-axle Jeep, a 3-axle trailer, and a single axle booster. And of course, with a booster, you know, you usually get full 20,000 pounds on the rear. But somehow this time I got approved by New York pretty fast. I had the permit on Friday, and so now we're just waiting for the escort and the wash. Yeah, the guy just came out as I was talking. He saw me with the camera, and he that heavy haul guy, and he came out. He was passing on his way to get some gas, he says, for his Honda, and he stopped by to chat because he liked my truck. He says he has a W900, I think, right? Yeah, he has the green W900, and he wants to get he was thinking about this one, T880, but I said, you know, for your loads, you need a bigger radiator, right? Because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of my fans who's running like a multiple axle operation, he wanted to get the same T880, but engineering at the factory told him that for his loads, I think he was trying to spec something over 200,000 gross. They said the truck does not have enough cooling capability. Basically, you need a bigger rad. And so I think this guy said he's going with a T800 white hood. But one cool thing that I got out of talking to this guy, so he's from BC, British Columbia, and we talked about the trailers. I showed him, you know, my problem area on that gooseneck. I said, why did it flex like that? You know, why did kill those wiper seals? And I said, some people say that for heavy stuff, Trail King is better. Fontaine is good up to 55 tons. And that excavator was 90,000 pounds. That's what I don't understand. Why did it, you know, cause those cylinders to flex, you know, and the rods? But anyway, turns out his trailer is Aspen, and I said, oh, I hear those super expensive, and he says, yeah, so is the load, right? So I guess he's making money. Sounds like he's independent. And so yeah, he has basically typical Western Canada setup, where he has a 3-axle truck with a Jeep with a booster, and he was asking me about escort, if he needs an escort in New York, and I said definitely, because he's like 95 feet long, and I said I'm 81 and I need an escort, so you will definitely need escorts in New York, you know. So anyway, so yeah, I got the bridge permit. So the bridge crossing is approved. The New York state permit was issued. Now I just need the tollway, throughway, I-90 permit, and the escort, right? So I sent them an email on Friday, but got no response yet. And then of course I cannot cross unless I wash the machine. And I try to find some power washers, but some guy calls me and says, you know, I called on a few ads in Cambridge. I thought maybe I'll do it over there while I was sitting in my parking lot. I called on a few ads, and one guy left a message. One guy calls me back. He says, so what do you need to be done? I said, well, there's a machine on my deck. I'm a heavy hauler, and I have a machine that it's a tracked machine, needs to be washed. And he says, do you have water? I said, wait a second. I was calling for a mobile power wash. Like, what do you mean water? And he says, oh, I got a power washer, but he says, I just do this as a kind of like a part-time business, but I don't have a tank with water in my pickup truck. So he says, normally I go and I wash people's houses, pavement, stuff like that. And he says, I hook up to their source of water. And I said, no, I don't have water. So that didn't work, but yeah, the same guy is walking back with a gallon jug of gas, and he says he paid $5 Canadian. Can it be true? Yeah, 1 gallon is like 3.78 liters, and the price is, I cannot see, but I think it's like $1.25 Canadian per liter. Yeah, life in Canada is expensive. But anyway, so yeah, that guy says, no, I need water. And he says, maybe I can do it in my driveway. And I said, driveway? You kidding, right? I said, I'm like, it's a commercial, truck and trailer. I don't think I'm supposed to go into a residential area. And he says, how big is your trailer? I said, 53. And he said, oh, okay, I understand. I said, yeah, from bumper to bumper, the rig is 81 feet long. Okay, so I said, do you know any place where we can hook up to water supply? He started laughing. He says, no. And so when I was here, I went inside, and I'm always, these holidays, I hate holidays. They're always in the way, because I'm working all the time. Like, I don't care about Sunday, Saturday, holiday, but when there's a holiday, which seems to be like every weekend, there's some kind of a holiday. And of course, places are closed. Like, I know this Monday, tomorrow, all stores will be closed, like big stores, like Walmart. You cannot buy groceries. So the only places that will be open are like movie theaters and restaurants, But, so I went inside the Flying J, and I said, do you guys know if this truck wash is going to be open Monday? And she said, probably 50-50. She says usually they work on holidays as well, And I said, how big is this Victoria Day anyway? Like, is it a big holiday? She says, not really. So I hope that the truck wash will be open, and they do what they did last time with the John Deere. I just drive with the truck inside, stop when the trailer is at the entrance, and they can stretch their hoses out, unspool them, whatever, unroll them, and just wash this thing, and then Captain Sergei can be on his merry way to US. Provided I find the escort and my customs paperwork is accepted, and I receive the I-90 tollway permit. Anyway, not much to do here. So I think, I send my lens. Like, I only have 2 lenses for my Nikon, 24mm and 85. So Nikon 24 1.8 and Tamron 85 1.8. And this is a full frame camera, so this is the real focal length. And so 24mm now is at the Nikon warranty shop in Mississauga, Ontario, because the focus was off. So they're gonna adjust it. So now I only have 1 lens, and what I was thinking, I wanted to do some photography, and right there, that's a QEW. So I thought I would get close over there and use my 85mm and just go do some shots of trucks flying by, So what do you guys think? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Or maybe I'll go ask this guy to look at his trailer. See how does the, even for myself, I'm always curious about all these trailers. Maybe that's. So let's go do the trailer if the guy allows us. Okay, and we're taking a closer look at the green monster over here, 2017 KENWORTH. The driver's name is Ed, and he kindly allowed me to look at his equipment. So once again, this is a typical Western Canada setup where they don't recognize pusher axles on trucks. So you see he has a 3-axle truck with a big front. I see big tire. And so 2-axle Jeep, and check out the gooseneck. The gooseneck is massive, like the length, and that's the flip box. See, the same idea as what I have, but he has hydraulic power here. So this thing can flip by itself, very cool. And you see it has these risers over here to hook up, but that's what you need. You see, for a 2-axle Jeep, you need a super long gooseneck. That's why I cannot do it on my truck. Like my truck, actually, my gooseneck, it can do a single axle Jeep, And so you see he has a flat deck. And so this is Aspen trailer, flat deck. And check this out. Wow, those cylinders are massive. And you see, I like this. This is how it was on my on the Kaufman. See, the cylinders are like this. So almost vertical. So I think this is much stronger, But you see, he has to use shims like that, and I guess that's how he. Oh yeah, so this trailer does not have kind of like those right height positions where I use my lever over there. 5 positions. He uses this. So he has a set of shims, and that's what adjust the height of the gooseneck. And see, that's the design I had on my Kaufman, like the big rings with pins. Sometimes these can be difficult to hook up to if you are on the ground is not very level. And see, his center is covered with wood. Sometimes that's a good thing. Some customers want everything covered, but it saves on weight if you leave this open. So I'm not sure which camp I'm with, but, and once again, you see, this is a modular trailer, so there's shims in here. So again, you can adjust this area, like the angle with this. And these trailers, yeah, they're not cheap, so they're made in Alberta. And this is what looks like, is it adjustable or not adjustable? It has airbag, but I don't think this is one of those nitro stingers, Oh, wait a second, it does move. Check this out. You see, it has this, right? This is cool. So if let's say if he goes downhill, and like some people say that if you don't have a nitro, like too much weight can go on the rear axle, right? But this one, you see, it can go up and down, right? So this can swivel. Oh, and he can adjust this, right? Interesting, very interesting design. That's what I wanted to see, this, and that's what it is. Aspen. See? It looks like a pretty durable trailer made in Western Canada. And it's pretty tall. Like, check this out, right? The trailer is pretty tall. But everything is thick. See the frame? So pretty cool. I always like to see other equipment. Okay, so now let's compare that to my trailer. So we have a flip axle which does not flex, right? Because it's connected in 4 points. And so this one I gotta be careful that I can overload this, but because it's so close, it's actually difficult to do. But that's, you see, if I'm turning or backing and I need to, and I don't want to scratch the tires, I can just flip this switch and that will drain the suspension on this axle only. And if I want to drain all the air, I use that switch over there. That pull push type of thing that drains all the air from all the axles. And of course that's my right height position, right on the trailer, something that I really like. And I did not have this on my Fontaine Kaufman, but you see what that Aspen is lacking is this. See this, I got preset right height positions, 5, and so this thing goes in there. Just use this lever, right? And then you just raise the trail up or down and you choose which one you want, and then you just use that lever and you push it down and it goes like this. But I really like that vertical design. You see, look how my cylinders are like this. I think that design is more durable than this, because that's what happens. It's easy to overload them and they start flexing, you know. And Kaufman had them like that guy. Kaufman had the cylinders in here. So anyway, so those are the different designs, right? Different designs. So mine is made in Alabama, USA. That trailer is made in Alberta.